It's Week 16 of the NFL, and all eyes are on the Jaguars' Offensive Player of the Year. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Jags and the Jets, and it's coming up next.
PA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This taken in at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and rankings, they don't matter to him very much. I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish #1, including himself.
Meanwhile, Lawrence is at this throw brought in here by Mayer. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, Lawrence. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Going right back to Akers. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 carries, 63 yards.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very solid gain of 27. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. They'll run here with Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Michael Mayer, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. It's the Mississippi State product at quarterback. Calling the shots will be Dak Prescott.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of a season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And complete to Zach Ertz. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. We get a look at what Ertz did receiving-wise last week. 6 catches, 80 yards.
You think the head coach and the offensive coordinator are able to pull the earplugs out now? Because all week, all they heard was, you know, Coach, they can't guard the pass at all. I mean, they're next to last in the league. Let's throw it on every down.
Yeah, last week we saw the numbers. This week going against second to last in the pass defense area. Good for him. They run for the first time here with Rachaad White. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. You look at this Jaguar defense. They've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Play action now. Prescott keeps himself upright. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Hey, kill! 27!
2nd down, Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's White. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Jags, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? And again, it's Prescott. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing run into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And the Jacksonville offense on their way out again as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And as we count down through the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They've clinched the top spots of the road to the Super Bowl. It runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination here, partner, to say, okay, a lot of guys aren't going to play down the stretch. We've clinched. We're ready to go. But there's another part where you say, let's show the league why we're the #1 team. Maybe you intimidate someone. Maybe you dissuade them from thinking that they can beat you in the playoffs by going out and being really impressive down the stretch.
Absolutely, and you want to take momentum into the playoffs. There's also pride on the line for these guys individually.
Yeah, momentum and pride. Yeah, I'd make room for them and put them both in uniform.
Now Lawrence to throw on second down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. 69 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Prescott off play action. Ertz has it left side. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You look at this Jaguar defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. Second from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. And the penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Automatic first down.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Finding Ertz again. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Looking to throw. Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Trenton Simpson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
And pressure coming, and they got it once again. Brian Burns providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
Already up 2 touchdowns. How about that drive killer of a sack there to add to their good play? This offense coming away with no points now, and some kind of score was desperately needed.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs and here a loss of yardage.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Here we go. Here's a run with Akers on second down. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40.
And Charles, you think about this offense, it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 22. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Haskins will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, Parker, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
New York set to take the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here's Prescott. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Normally he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Jermaine Johnson in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken it around the 40. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And they will take over 1st and 10. Well, the offense trots back out, ready for this next drive. And there's the running back, Cam Akers. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable. And really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Holding. Offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Pass taken in by Mayer.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Here's Lawrence. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Let's go. Here we go.
They'll run for it with Akers. So they fall off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Lawrence. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. They go play action with Lawrence. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Lawrence. Touchdown! A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars continue to pull away here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Tucker now for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
First down, Prescott. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Hey, Lion!
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
A final shot before break. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided...
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
And we... Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
Prescott now from the 50. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Prescott's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now Prescott. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing, Prescott. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Dak Prescott, a 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it's now a 28-7 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead. It's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
This is 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Lawrence.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, You can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football? And there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
On play action, Lawrence. He'll buy some time right. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Now Lawrence on first down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Oh, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Got his man, it's Jonathan Mingo. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 23. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Rolling to his right. That's caught by Mingo, right side. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Now Lawrence to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. From 4 yards out, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Prescott looks to throw on first. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And, Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there.
There he goes, right side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Prescott on first down. He's into space past the 25. And he gets this one down to the 24. One quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 3. A run straight ahead with H.M.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Here we go.
To throw is Prescott.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
Here we go, 46.
Now Prescott. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. Touchdown, Jets! Curtis Samuel from 4 yards out.
And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Brought down by D.J. Wanham.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play. I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Completes it to Hardman. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards.
It's 4th down.
4th down. Here's Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
Hey, run!
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's got room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of
26 yards. That's the run he's been waiting for, Charles. He's been bottled up all game. That run alone got him more yards than he had in all his previous carries combined.
And don't think for a second he doesn't know that, because every back that I know can almost calculate every yard with every step that they take.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Jonathan Allen able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2.
And we all know how talented this guy is, who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have, where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
They're looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame him?
And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up second down.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
On second down, here's Lawrence.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Trevor Lawrence,
a 6-yard touchdown run.
and the Jags have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The New York set to take the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On third down, it's Prescott. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Cam Smith.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The New York set to take the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news left. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Here's Prescott. Taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 54 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Prescott down. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Second down, Prescott. Far right side is going to be caught by Samuel. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Caught by the tight end, Ertz. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up second down. So that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3rd and 3. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Catch is made by Hardman. It will be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing. In a spot where most offenses would just be trying to get to the finish line and close this game out, they're still looking for points here in the final minute of this game. I think bonuses could be gained and attained with maybe more points.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They go play action now. Lawrence. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Tucker now to add the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. One last shot now for Prescott. Man open, here is Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them